Hey guys, it's poppin'. Jacques Slade here, and this is the new Jordan Trunner NXT. And my question is it worth it? So before we get into the Jordan Trunner NXT, I want to talk a little bit about Paris, which I know seems super weird, but just stick with me here. So Jordan Brand invited me out to Paris for the launch of their new 23 engineered line, which is essentially their version of Nike sportswear. So the Jordan 23 engineered line is like the Nike sportswear line. It's an elevated style of clothing. It's not necessarily performance-based. It's more style-based, but it obviously has the performance elements because that's really what Jordan Brand represents. There's some really dope-looking styles here. As you can see here, the styles are very fashion-forward. They have this sort of flight and space sort of aesthetic to them, which I think obviously lends to the whole Jordan flight sort of era and staying within that theme and with that ethos that we often see with Jordan Brand apparel. They had the whole event at this giant house and all of the Jordan Brand athletes was there. Michael Jordan was there, Russell Westbrook, Melo, Maya Moore, and then they also introduced the newest athlete to the Jordan roster, which is Jayson Tatum.
30 years is expand. And here we are in Europe, here we are in Paris. We thank you for your support. We have a good group of guys here. We have a new guy, Jayson Tatum.
For those of you that follow Jayson Tatum, you know that he was formerly a Nike basketball athlete and helped roll out the Nike Adaptive BB, but now he's over on the Jordan Brand side. And here's a little interview we did with him while we were there at the house.
Conversation you had with Jordan about this?
I just had it. It still was crazy, just being a part of the family and still like talking to MJ. It's like a dream come true.
No, sorry.
I would say, is there a favorite Jordan shoe that you really love, or?
My favorite Jordans are the Jordan 1s, all high top, low top, all the different colorways are my favorite shoes.
You have any idea what you'll be playing in next year?
Surprise.
Got it. Now, do you feel any, additional pressure to be great now that you're on the Jordan Brand side?
Not additional pressure. Nobody has high expectations for me than myself, but I am very honored to be representing Jumpman. This is like my first time being with, Jordan Brand. This today, so we have a lot of exciting things coming ahead. I've wore Jordans and Nikes my whole life, and just to have the opportunity on that side with Nike and now be with Jordan at such a young age, and like you said earlier in my career, it's a great feeling. It's crazy. I just had the opportunity, he was talking, joking around, like he wasn't Michael Jordan. I was nervous, but he was just, I just got to talk to him, and like I said, it's just having a conversation with Mike it's hard to explain.
Now, as you can see, it was very brand new to him. Everything was really just happening in the moment for Jayson Tatum. He had just really got announced and was really just now meeting the Jordan Brand family. So you see, it was very new to him, which was super cool. And you could see his energy and see that he was really into it. And obviously he has a huge respect for Michael Jordan, which I think really all of us do. I also got a chance to talk with Blake, talk to him a little bit about his comedy career. If you follow this channel or if you follow me over on Twitter, you know that I've been doing the Nike basketball podcast, and I got to talk to Neil, who is almost like Blake's comedy coach, and he helped Blake get through some coaching stuff. So I talked to him about Blake. So actually check this out from Blake.
Playoff podcast, and we talked to Neil Brennan, and he was saying about you doing comedy and how he thought you were like a natural at it. How do you feel about just walking into that space?
It's fun. It's just like something I loved. Early on, I was just always drawn to comedy and funny movies. Trying to make people laugh. And then I kind of got an inside look at it, I guess. Being in LA and getting to know some comedians here and there, and gave it a try, and I really like it because it's a challenge. You know what I mean? It makes you think and work in a different way, and I like I like that challenge.
Yeah. He said he also made you go up and do like a test run before you did your first one.
Yeah, I was terrified. I'd been sending him like stuff that I'd written back and forth, and he was, helping me with stuff. And he was like, "But you have to go to my show tonight." He always does a show on Sundays for comedians to work on new material, and they have to work on new material. So he told me to go. And I was like, you know what? I might just skip. And he was like, No, you have to go. So I drove down there by myself. I almost turned around like 5 times. And ended up doing it, and it went okay. So that gave me a lot of confidence.
So the whole reason that Jordan Brand did everything in Paris was because it was Fashion Week, and they announced obviously the 23 engineered, but something they also introduced was the Paris saint-germain stuff, which is the soccer stuff that Jordan Brand is doing now. I know there's a lot of conversation about that. Some people that are soccer purists don't think that Jordan belong in soccer, and then the people that are basketball purists don't think that basketball belongs in soccer. But I personally like the merging of the two. I think this collection is more about off course or off field, I guess, when it comes to soccer or football if you're European. And I think this really ties together really well. I think the athleticism and the sport sort of cultural aspect of Jordan and bringing that to soccer and their whole off the field and sport and culture and blending those two creates some really dope product. There's this 6 here, which looks really great. And then all of these jackets that look amazing. These jackets are super, super dope. So I can't wait to get my hands on at least 1 or 2 of those because I really love the way that this whole collection looks. All right, so let's get back to the shoes. Jordan actually announced 3 different shoes. There is this shoe, the Jordan Trunner NXT, there is the Jordan Trunner LT, and then there's the Jordan React Havoc. All 3 shoes have React in the shoes, but this one in particular is the NXT, and it's really made for, I would say, what's cross training. It's not for a long, super long run type of shoe. It's something for really that you would use inside of a gym, as in lifting weights, that kind of gym. This isn't the kind of shoe that you're going to run a marathon in, or running is the bigger part of your workouts. This is not the shoe that you should necessarily wear. This is definitely something that is more suited for people who like to lift weights and do those sort of workouts where it's more about getting stronger and having a stable base. That's where this comes in. And there's 3 things about this shoe that you should know. One of the things that you should know about the shoe is the diamond cage. You see it here on the lateral side and on the medial side, and that's supposed to keep you locked in as far as your lateral movement goes. We did a bit of a workout in these. It was a basketball inspired workout, and though I definitely don't recommend you use these on a basketball court, you can feel the cage and how it kind of wraps around your foot and keeps your heel locked in. So in that way, you do get that benefit. The other thing is the React cushioning. Again, all 3 shoes have the React cushioning, and if you've run in the Epic React or you played in any of the basketball shoes that have React, you already have a good sense of how React feels. I'm actually pretty excited that Jordan Brand is bringing over the React technology from Nike and using it inside of their shoes because it's such a strong platform. It's very responsive, it's soft, and it's something that you can literally wear all day long. So if you are a fan of React, this definitely is something that you should check out. The final thing that Jordan Brand announced about this shoe is the heel. It has this fin, which is supposed to help for your heel to toe transition. Again, using this shoe for like forward motion is fine, as long as it's not, obviously you're not going too far. Going side to side is where it gets a little dicey in my mind when we're doing that basketball inspired workout with the hard cuts that you do in basketball, and when you're dribbling between your legs and maybe you need to do a crossover and make that quick movement. This shoe didn't really fit for that style of play. According to Jordan Brand, this is a shoe made for a bigger person, and that's why you have such a massive heel here and you have so much room for React inside the shoe. I'm obviously not a big, massive person. I'm only like 5'11", probably about 185. So I don't have the body weight that really this shoe requires. So for me, when it comes to recommending this shoe to someone, it really depends on what it is you're going to be doing. Is it worth it? I think yes, it's definitely worth it. It is a good, solid shoe. The React is great. The diamond cage works. And then you also have the fin, which is that heel to toe transition if that's something that you're interested in. But if you're looking for something that you can maybe do basketball practice in, this isn't the shoe for that. And in that case, I would say it is not worth it. This is definitely more for, again, training inside of the gym, are doing those gym workouts where you're lifting weights and not doing a lot of lateral cuts and movements like that because the shoe just doesn't hold up. There's just not a lot of stability here at the toe. And it did also feel a little bit roomy to me as well. This pair in particular is an 11, so I would almost maybe say try a half size down just to see how it feels, because this was an 11 and my foot was sliding around a little bit on the inside. Now, these are scheduled to release on July 1st. There's going to be 3 different versions of these again. There is the NXT, the LT, and then the Havoc React version, which is the straight running shoe, which I'm actually really excited to try out. As you guys know, I've been running a lot more. But for this one, these are going to be $150. I believe it's $150, and they're going to release right around the beginning of July. So if you're looking to upgrade your training shoes or your cross training shoes, this is something to definitely look at. I'm excited that Jordan Brand is actually really getting outside of just focusing on retros and basketball shoes and looking to something outside in the training and the running space. As a fan of Jordan Brand, you obviously like to see the brand expand and do new things, and this is one of those opportunities where I think they're going to kind of reach outside of what they're known for and create something for us to use in our training and not just wearing on a lifestyle front or just wearing on the basketball court. Anyway, so those are my quick thoughts about the shoe. Again, thank you to Jordan Brand for flying me out to Paris. Make sure you check out the 23 engineered stuff. I really think it's dope. It's real high quality stuff, very, very well made. And then obviously the Paris Saint-Germain collaboration with the soccer team there in France, and that stuff is just top notch. Just looks really, really great. As always, guys, I am Jacques Slade. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe, and make sure you turn on those notifications because, you know, YouTube algorithm and all that sort of stuff. All right, guys, as always, I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. Peace.